So, were there either of those two people anybody I was dealing with? Gotcha. All right, good morning. Welcome to the Morning Grind. And my name is Shannon Wheeler. I'm the president of Premier Mortgage Group. NMLS number 829177. We are licensed to serve. So make sure everybody knows that just in case. All right, so very glad to be here this morning. Always love getting with this group. A lot of youthful energy, ready to go out and serve some people. So first thing is, let's talk about what we're grateful for, Josh.
Ball's going to Omaha.
Gotcha. All right, that's a big deal. Is Drew Beam? I did not even realize Kelly Beam and I are good friends, and I haven't seen her in a couple years. I just didn't realize he had become so good. But I mean, that guy's a stud, right? I mean,
hell of a game last.
Oh yeah, good deal, man. That is baseball is a favorite of mine. Josh, what are you thankful for this morning?
Today marks 4 years of me being here.
Oh, congratulations, man. 4-year anniversary. All right. Very good. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You should look at a picture of when you first got here versus now, like, the presidents, when they first come into office, and then, so you come in like a wide-eyed kid, now you're a grizzled veteran, overcoming objections, making it happen. What are you thankful for this morning, Ed?
I'm thankful that I feel like yesterday was probably my most productive day since being back from Florida.
Why would you say that?
Because I had it in mind to kind of be more, like, structure my day out a little bit better, and I got everything I needed to done with some extra time to find other things to do. So
Gotcha. So basically you put the schedule and the structure in place and then realize you were hitting some targets and you're like, oh, okay, I'm seeing where I've got a little more time. I can help a little bit more.
Let myself get distracted very much.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
Yeah.
All right. Allie, what are you thankful for this morning?
I'm thankful for my new lead and getting to have some face-to-face time with him.
Okay, tell me about that. Where'd you get the lead from? Zillow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got somebody and you got an appointment with them today?
I had one yesterday, Friday, and I have one tomorrow afternoon.
Have they put in for their application for financing yet?
Yes, they've been working. That's the one I was talking to you about yesterday.
Very good.
Yes.
All right, they're customers of the week then.
Yes.
Trish, what are you thankful for this morning? I love that red shirt.
I'm thankful for this red shirt.
Yes, that says I'm going to help some people today.
I'm just thankful that I made it on time.
Oh, well, we're glad to have you. Okay, so we're going to get into the show. And before we get into the show, of course, we won't be but just a few minutes, and I can tell this group, man, I feel like I'm holding the reins right here. Y'all are just, pulling me towards the door. Y'all ready to get out and do something, help some people. So before we get into that, though, I'm going to talk a little bit about Charity Chopped in the Borough. You're going to hear about it every Tuesday from now until September. But Charity Chopped in the Borough, this is our Lombardi Trophy. As you all know, we have many people who have competed in this. The event is September the 14th, and it is a fundraiser designed to support food, clothing, and shelter. So Rutherford County Area Habitat for Humanity, Amelia's Closet, and Second Harvest Food Bank, they address hunger, homelessness, and gaps of opportunity in Rutherford County. Get involved. There's only 100 golden tickets. There are sponsorship opportunities. A lot of the reason why I sit in this chair today is because of my involvement way back starting in 2017 with Charity Chopped in the Borough. So I won't draw out all of those straight lines for you, but needless to say, it's something that you should consider getting involved in. Okay, enough of that. But it does actually lead into my topic for today. So, Trish, what is your profession?
Real estate agent.
What is your profession?
Real estate agent.
What do you do, Josh? What are you in?
People business.
People business?
Director of Inside Sales.
Inside sales?
Customer service real estate agent.
Customer service real estate agent. Okay, how many people are in sales?
All
Everybody.
those.
All of us.
All right.
All of us.
Who is in sales that is not in this room?
Everybody.
Everybody else, right? In some way, shape, or form.
Know it or not.
Right. So that's part of what I want to talk about today is the idea of connectedness. Now, many of you know I am really big in my present moment practice. And I say present moment practice because it is a practice and it is really hard. When you're Josh and you pick the phone up and you're calling some people to try to help them and you find out that they bought from the builder instead of using you, it's hard to stay in the present moment. Or you have to at least recognize that his present moment right at then was probably dejection. You know, it's like, man, I feel frustrated. I feel like I missed an opportunity to help somebody. What could I have done differently? What should I have done? All those things kind of come up. So in that present moment, though, the key is right then trying to find out and feel those feelings. Being in the present moment and having a present moment practice doesn't mean that you don't have bad feelings. It doesn't mean that you don't have fear or anxiety or any of those things. It's that you understand it while it's happening, you don't take it personally, and then you begin to see your way through it. So Josh could say, you know what, that person used the builder that I wasn't able to help them with. That means that I didn't do a good job, or that means that they didn't like me, or that means that they ... And he can add all of these other layers into it that are really not applicable. He could say, I feel bad right now because I wasn't able to help this person, but I missed the chance to help them because I didn't have this follow-up call, or I didn't have the inventory that matched what they were looking for. Like, you start to look through without judgment at the reasons why you weren't able to help that person, and then very quickly your present moment turns from dejection and not productive to now I'm making some ground, I'm getting a little quicker, better, faster. So it's a practice. You have to stay practiced. So part of that practice is understanding the connectivity between all of us. Okay, so the topic of the show today is, hey, I'm in sales, right? But I spelled it S-A-I-L-S. Okay, so obviously, you know, there's sales, S-A-L-E-S, I'm going to sell Josh something. And then there's sales, like, hey, Ed and I are going to get on a boat and we're going to take a sailboat ride somewhere, right? So it's kind of an interesting thing when you say, hey, I'm in sales, because it points to that connectivity. Okay, so going back to Charity Chops in the Borough, why is Charity Chops in the Borough important to me? Well, I can tell you why it's important to me, because they address food, clothing, and shelter. The reason that's important to me is because if you as a citizen of Rutherford County don't want that security in food, clothing, and shelter for every other citizen in Rutherford County, well, that's a problem right there, right? You want every one of your brothers and sisters in this county, in this area, in this country, in this world to have security in their food, clothing, and shelter, right? So when I got to Rutherford County in 2009, 10, something like that, I had just gotten divorced. I'd become a newly minted single dad, and I just buried my brother in November of the year before. There were some tough times, and I come to town, and we had this huge flood, the floods of 2010, right? That's how I came into town, right? I roll into town, man. It's just like biblical floods are happening. You know, it's like, I was like, you know, it's kind of like my physical world's playing out a little bit like my actual experience is happening right now. But the other beautiful part of it was that huge flood brought death and destruction and mayhem. It was really challenging. For those of you that remember, it was a really challenging time. But you know what else it did? It kind of just wiped the slate clean. I mean, think about the cleansing power that comes with an event like that. So it also just kind of cleared the slate. Everybody starts fresh. I felt like I got a fresh start. And so at that point in time, the people in this city and the people in this county literally fed, clothed, and housed me and my family. And I want to say thank you. They did that by giving me a chance to help them, frequenting my business, educating my children, running their businesses in productive manners, which gave us a network to be able to plug into. All of these things were part and parcel of my whole entire fabric in life. And so when I look at food, clothing, and shelter for my brothers and sisters, how can I not devote time, energy, make a donation from the bountiful gifts that I've been given by the people in this city and county and return them to them in spades? That is why I do Charity Chops in the Borough. It is my gift to the city. It is my thank you card for them having. Hey, hey! It is my thank you for them housing, feeding, and clothing me and my family. So now you think about that when you go out into this community and you're starting to connect with people, and you're starting to build your network, and you realize all of these things are connected. So when you say, "Hey, I'm in sales," right? How many of you ever watched Ted Lasso? Anybody ever watched Ted Lasso? Okay. Soccer coach deal. Okay. You may or may not know about it. Don't need to know about it. All I'm telling you is it's a wonderful show, but that's not the important thing. The important thing is you have a team, which we're a team. We're a real estate team. We're the people that are doing real estate and real estate finance in our community. That's our team, right? And we all help each other, and we're here to help the community and so on and so forth. Well, on this team, there was a star player. And the star player was clearly superior in his skill set than every other player. You know who I'm talking about. But no, I'm talking about Jamie. And so he was a hot shot. He was the guy, right? If you want somebody to buy a condo, you take him to Josh Letzler, and he's going, he was the guy that got it done, right? But the team suffered. The team suffered because they sort of misunderstood their own connectivity and their connectivity to the game. Okay, so how does that apply to us? Well, thinking about food, clothing, shelter, thinking about the fact that you will not earn one single dollar that does not come from another citizen in this county. I mean, think about that. For 12 years, I have fed, clothed, and housed my family, and not one single dollar of that. Figure out how to use him, how to get the most out of it, and so they start using him as a point person. So everybody is looking to get him the assist so he can make the shot, right? That's the whole thing. But it doesn't work. And so eventually they have a team meeting. They're trying to figure out why they're stuck and why they can't go any further. And the guy that's the star player, the guy that was an individual, the guy that was a standout, the guy that was a lone wolf and that was on his own, addressed the team. And it was one of my favorite times during that show because what he basically said was, hey, and he goes to the whiteboard and he says, look, and this is the guy that was the me guy, but he realized the me wasn't connected and wasn't going to help him win. So he goes to the whiteboard, he draws up a play, and he says, look, here's the problem. Well, the first thing is he had to realize that his role needed to change. That was the sea change that happened. But then it led to him saying, okay, here's where we're falling short. Everybody is trying to go to me, but you need to go through me. You remember, you're quoting it, you remember it because that was a very, very important thing. So when he stood up and he diminished himself in favor of the team, it was clear to him that they all needed to go not to him to make the shot, but they needed to go through him. So when they started feeding it to him and he then was dishing the ball out to people, they all started pouring in goals, and next thing you know, their whole season turned around, right? And so my point to that is, when you are thinking, I'm in sales, and you're out there and you're trying to help people in your community, you need to close your eyes and ask yourself, if I was standing on a stage and all of the people that need to buy and sell houses were standing out there in front of me, I can either sell to them or I can go get in the crowd and I can walk with them. Don't think of yourself as in sales, S-A-L-E-S, like you're selling something to them. Think of yourself as in sales, S-A-I-L-S. Go get in the crowd and realize that they have places to go. You're the one sailing the ship. You're the one that's got to be calm when the seas start to rock. You've got to be the one that sets the direction. You've got to be the one that takes them on that destination from where they are to where they want to be. You are in sales, S-A-I-L-S. So pull the line from the dock, get in the crowd, grab your people, and sail your ship.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.